Welcome to Hidden Truth 797. Here, we don't criticize any religion. We just want to uncover the hidden truth. Today, my dear family, we're going to talk about the word God. It's a powerful word, an important word, but people often don't really understand it. How did we get to this place where the idea of God falls apart because of all the things that don't make sense about it? So please watch until the very end and share this video as quickly as you can. If you can, please help support this channel so we can make more videos on new topics. From a young age, many of us learn about God from our family and traditions. These viewpoints can be very different, causing confusion and disagreements about God. Is there just one idea of God that everyone agrees on? Or have we made up lots of idols that aren't really about true spirituality? Moving forward requires bravery, honesty, and a willingness to face difficult truths. The family unit, often seen as a safe place with shared beliefs, can surprisingly become a place where religious disagreements begin. A mother's kind and forgiving God might be different from a father's strict, judging God. These differences, small at first, can grow into huge misunderstandings. It's not a problem that people have different ideas about God. The problem starts when people become inflexible and refuse to accept other beliefs. Asking questions becomes a bad thing. Doubts are pushed down, and people become lonely and lost in their faith. This breaking apart causes problems bigger than just families. Different groups pop up, each saying they have the only way to be saved. Talking becomes yelling, and the important parts of faith, love, caring, and humbleness get lost in the anger. This keeps happening over and over. People don't understand each other. They don't accept each other, and they lose their connection to what's spiritual. Into this world of broken faith come those who want to take advantage of people's confusion and spiritual needs. They are fake leaders, exciting people who pretend to be holy and receive messages from God. They say they can offer salvation, a good life, and a special connection to God if people follow them. Many people, especially those who are unsure or afraid, find these promises very tempting. The danger of these fake leaders is how they trick people who trust them. They demand to be obeyed, saying that anyone who disagrees is spiritually weak or has betrayed God. Instead of thinking for themselves, followers just memorize things and do exactly what the leader says. This blind faith causes people to be taken advantage of financially and emotionally. Followers give all their money to the movement, leaving themselves with nothing. They cut ties with anyone outside the group, isolating themselves and becoming scared and dependent. What makes these false teachers so successful isn't just their charm or the things they promise, but our deep need to be sure of things in a world that's always changing. They make things seem orderly when everything feels chaotic, like you belong somewhere when you feel alone. They use our desire to find meaning in life, telling a story of a big fight between good and bad. The cost of this feeling of certainty is high. It weakens our ability to think for ourselves, and it hurts what real faith is all about. In our desperation to connect with God, we go on quests, looking for God in faraway lands, old books, or big ceremonies. But this outward search takes us away from real spirituality, which isn't found in outside things, but inside ourselves. It's funny that while we search all over the world for signs of God, the little bit of God inside us is barely there. because we don't pay attention to it. The things we connect most with God, like love, compassion, forgiveness, and wisdom, aren't external forces given to us by some faraway God. When we quiet the constant chatter in our heads, we connect to this source of goodness inside us, in quiet thought, in helping others, in forgiving others. We truly feel the presence of God. Our minds, driven by a strong desire to know more, want knowledge and understanding. This desire to learn can lead to growth and new discoveries, but it can also take us down the wrong path. When it comes to spirituality, our logical minds often get stuck in strict beliefs and religious arguments. Wanting to know things is good, but it can only take us so far. It can lead us to the divine, but it can't get us in. It's really easy for us to put our own hopes and fears onto God. This makes it much harder to actually find Him. We make up images of God that look like us, and we give Him the same biases and wants that we have. This stops us from seeing what's truly spiritual, because we are stuck in our own selfish views. To really connect with God, we need to let go of these made-up ideas and be open to things we don't understand. In a world increasingly focused on material possessions, it's not surprising that young people are drawn to the appeal of being rich. Chasing money, status, and approval becomes a huge goal, overshadowing more important things. Parents, dealing with their own money problems, often teach these same values, encouraging kids to focus on jobs that pay well instead of jobs that make them happy. While being ambitious and working hard are good things, wanting to be rich can have a downside, because they feel pressured to do well and be better than others. They give up their health, relationships, and who they are. Trying to fit in stops them from being creative and themselves. It stops them from finding things they love that aren't about money. As young people chase happiness through wealth, they find themselves lost in a sea of stuff, yet hungry for real connection. Material possessions provide short-lived happiness. The pursuit of money becomes the only goal, a poor replacement for true happiness. Strong relationships, and a connection to something bigger than themselves. The sad thing about focusing too much on money is that young people lose out, and our system values money more than people. True wealth isn't about stuff, but about our relationships, how kind we are, and how we help the world. We need to bring back community, working together and sharing responsibility. We need to understand that how well we do is connected to how well everyone else does, including our planet. Only then can young people find out how great they can be, as kind, creative people in a big, worldwide community. The belief systems meant to guide us become breeding grounds for phonies and fake prophets. These self-proclaimed experts pop up because they're clever and power-hungry. They know how people think. Their lessons, often stolen ideas, promise easy solutions and instant wisdom, skipping over self-reflection and real inner change. They're popular because they offer sure answers in a confusing world, giving a sense of belonging to people who feel lost and lonely. The followers, at first drawn to the charm and promises of these false masters, find themselves stuck in an echo chamber. Thinking for themselves is discouraged and replaced with blind faith and doing what they're told. Those who dare to ask questions or disagree with the leader are kicked out and called names. Cut off from other viewpoints, they rely more and more on the master for approval. They look only to the master to tell them if they are good enough. The worst result of these fake masters is the breaking apart and splitting up of communities and society. Each self-proclaimed guru promotes their own kind of enlightenment, often saying they are the only ones who have it, and putting down others. Talking and discussion turn into accusations of wrong beliefs and pronouncements of doom. This division goes beyond belief, spreading into families and communities, causing intolerance, suspicion, and violence. The endless cycle of fake gurus thrives on our vulnerability and fear of the unknown. To break free, we must cultivate discernment to distinguish genuine spiritual guidance from false prophets. This requires critical self-reflection, questioning our beliefs, and confronting our biases. We must recognize manipulation, the use of fear, guilt, and shame, the suppression of dissent, and the elevation of the leader to unquestioned authority. Breaking free from false gurus is reclaiming spirituality's true essence, a journey of self-discovery, compassion, and connection to something greater. It requires courage, humility, and a commitment to seeking truth, even when it disrupts our comfort zones. One of the sneakiest ways to trick people into believing things is by talking about heaven and hell, eternal rewards and punishments. These powerful pictures, often stuck in our minds since we were kids, shape what we do and believe by promising never-ending happiness or threatening never-ending pain. Being afraid of hell becomes a strong reason to do things. It takes advantage of our worries and our fear of what we don't know. We're told that if we don't follow a strict set of rules, we'll be punished forever. This scary way of thinking about faith can stop us from growing spiritually. It blocks our natural curiosity and our ability to think critically. This fear-based devotion often shows up as big displays of being religious, a desperate try to please an angry God. People give money, make sacrifices, and carefully follow rituals. But this way of thinking about faith, like it's a business deal, misses the whole point. Real spirituality is about growing kindness, forgiveness, and love inside ourselves. It's in quiet times when we think about things, in helping others without expecting anything back, and in real connections that we get a little peek at what's truly divine. The way to a truly fulfilling spiritual life isn't through being afraid, but through accepting love, kindness, and the good that's already inside us. During this exploration, we've peeled back the layers of illusion surrounding the idea of God, showing the traps of blind faith, the tricks of fake leaders, and the cost of looking for God in the wrong places. We've seen how money, with its tempting promise of happiness, can ruin innocence and lead us down the wrong path. We've seen how beliefs can shatter, the growth of fake spirituality, and what happens when faith is based on fear. But even in these dark times, there's a spark of hope. Because when we tear down the fake gods we've made, when we face our fears and worries, we make room for a truer kind of spirituality. A spirituality that's not about strict rules or blindly following, but about growing our natural ability to love, care for others, and connect with each other. The journey within, while often tough, has the best rewards. It's deep inside ourselves that we find the real source of what's holy, the fountain of wisdom, and the constant strength to build a world where love, not fear, is our guide and shapes our future. Important reminder: if this video was helpful, please share it to spread the message and help this channel. We create videos on new ideas, hidden truths, social issues, educational topics, faith-related ideas, and more. Thank you.